Hello to all of you in first year, and a welcome to all of your parents who are joining us this evening for our information session for first year students going into second year. It has been a very strange start for you guys in first year. I'm very, very conscious of that. I'm glad though that you did get to start in the school at the start of the year and that you got physically into the building for the start of your education in Mount Hawk. It gave you a chance to get to know your friends in class, to start to get to know your teachers, even though maybe that was behind a mask, and to start to settle into second level education, to get set up on Google Classroom and all of that. And we were lucky we had that time because, as you can see now, we needed to be set up for online learning. And I know that that is strange again for you now and a very strange experience for first year. But I hope, as indeed we all do, that by time next September comes, we will be back into school and we will be back into school in the normal, usual manner. And you will have a full-fledged, wholehearted experience of second level education in the school. So this evening's talk is about that. It's about getting ready for it and getting some of the planning done and some of the organisation done so that we have you set up for next September. And I want to talk very briefly with you. You know that you're moving now from first year into second year, and your junior cycle is technically a 2-year course, second and third year, to your JCPA. That's the Junior Cycle Profile of Achievement, which you get at the end of third year. And that records the quality and the standard of your learning over the previous years. Now, there's 4 areas on that particular JCPA. The first of the areas reflects your learning in your main subjects: English, Irish, Maths, History, Geography, whatever subjects you are taking. The second area records your learning in CBAs, classroom-based assessments, and in short courses. Now, Mr. Fleming and Ms. O'Mahony are going to explain an awful lot more detail about all of this and the short courses and the link between short courses and full courses in the rest of this talk. So I'm not going to go into that now. Just to say to you, you have the choice here in the school of choosing 10 full subjects to continue with in second year, or you can choose 9 subjects and 2 short courses. And in all of these subjects then you will have classroom-based assessments, and your teachers will tell you an awful lot more about those next year and how they work and what happens with them. It's a kind of an ongoing assessment of your progress as part of this. Okay, so that's areas 1 and 2. The third area on the JCPA then is well-being. So in second year and third year, you will continue with PE, SPHE and CSPE. And those 3 subjects together make up the component called well-being. And your JCPA will reflect your learnings in that area as well. Now, I know that you haven't had a huge chance at PE this year because, again, it has been disrupted because of COVID. But please God, next year, in second and third year, you will have a full-fledged PE programme and we'll be able to record quality learning in that area. The fourth area then is other areas of learning. Now, what does that mean? That is about learning in sports, in teams, in debating, public speaking, music, drama, whatever sort of extracurricular involvements that you have within the school. Unfortunately, again, this year you have not had a huge chance to do much of that, and we're very aware of it. But back to normally, again next year, you will have the opportunity to engage in activities within the school. And we will structure that and support you in making sure that you are able to record learnings in those areas for your JCPA at the end of third year. Okay, so that's the general shape of it. Now, before I hand you over to Miss O'Mahony and Mr. Fleming to talk about the details of, what subjects you're going to choose, just to say to you that an awful lot of the information that we're looking at this evening is in the booklet that was sent to you through the school app. So you can have a look at that and you'll see the detail that you need to see. Further to that then, I just want to finish with one more little piece. There will be a certain redesign of your class groups moving from first year into second year as we do every year. Now, in doing that, we're very mindful of the cohorts and the groups that already exist. And I want to reassure you that the base classes that you will have in second year and third year are mixed ability classes, just as you have at the present moment. And that now makes total sense because the subjects that you have, the bulk of them in second and third year, are all common papers now. There are only 3 subjects, English, Irish and Maths, that retain a higher level and an ordinary level paper. And therefore it does make sense for us to rearrange the classes in English, Irish and Maths in order to meet the requirements for education in those subjects. Now, the arrangement of those classes will take place on the basis of your assessments this year. You know you already have 2 assessments in. You had one in October, another one there at Christmas, and you're now looking at your parent-teacher meeting reports have gone out to you. So you have the opportunity between now and the end of the year to continue to focus on the work there in those subjects and to make sure that you fulfill and you display your potential to its best between now and the end of the year. Okay. So now, with all of that in mind then, I'm going to hand you over for the rest of the talk to Miss O'Mahony. Thank you.
Hello and welcome, particularly to first year students and their parents. My name is Mairead O'Mahony. I am one of 3 guidance counsellors in Mercy Montauk, and I'm here to talk to you about your subject choice as you move from first year into second year. So believe it or not, you are more than halfway through your first year. You have made friends in your new school in what has been difficult circumstances, and you have developed new interests. You have adapted so well to how the school works, both in school and currently online. And you have studied new subjects for the first time. And now it's time to look to the future and second year and your subject choices as you move from first year to second year. So going from first to second year, students choose from the following options. You can either take 10 full subjects with no short courses, or you may choose to do 9 subjects with 2 short courses. So all students study the core subjects of Irish, English, Maths, History, and Religion. And Irish is asterisked in the presentation because some students are exempt Irish. It is no longer possible to study a subject outside of school for your junior cert, because all junior cert subjects now have a CBA attached to them. This is a classroom-based assessment which takes place in the class over a period of a number of weeks in second year and in third year. And as a result, it is no longer possible to study any subject outside of school. It is also vital that you understand that when you are picking from your list of options, you must have done the subject that you are picking in first year in order to study it in second year. So it is not possible to start a new subject in second year if you have not done that subject in first year. So if you choose to do 10 subjects with no short courses, what will your timetable look like? Well, you will study the 6 core subjects of Maths, English, Irish, Religion, History, and Geography. And then there are 4 optional subjects that you must choose from this list. So you're choosing from visual art, music, business, home economics, Spanish, German, French, science, engineering, wood technology, and graphics. So essentially, what you're being asked to do in moving from first to second year is to drop one of your optional subjects. If you choose to do 9 full subjects and 2 short courses, you will study the 5 core subjects of Maths, English, Irish, History, and Religion. And then you choose 4 optional subjects from the list of Geography, Visual Art, Business, Music, Home Economics, Spanish, German, French, Science, Engineering, Wood Technology, and Graphics. So 5 core subjects plus 4 optionals, 9, and then you choose 2 short courses. And all the information on short courses will be available in the booklet on the school website. So how do you decide which subjects to keep and which subject you're going to drop? So look at what you found interesting and enjoyable so far this year, because subjects that you like and you enjoy doing are always subjects you will do better in and have a better chance of succeeding. What are your strengths and what are your aptitudes? So what are you good at? An aptitude is a skill that you naturally have. Also, examine the subjects that you're choosing and ask, is there a project attached to this subject, or is it a non-project based subject? So, for example, from this list of optional subjects, visual art, music, home economics, engineering, wood technology, and graphics all have substantial projects attached to them for the junior cert. So if you are somebody who likes to work on a project over a period of time, you may consider opting for one or more of these subjects. And I know at the moment you're very young, but you could be thinking about a future job or career or even college course. And link the subjects that you choose to that job or career or course. But please, please do not choose a subject because your friend is doing it. This is very, very important. Also, you may choose a subject because your friend is doing it, but you may find that you're not even in their class next year, as many subjects in second year have more than one class. So please, choose based on what you like, what you're good at, what a future job or career might link into it, but not what your friend is doing. Many people ask, do I need to keep my third language, my German, my French, my Spanish? Well, it's important that you know that a modern European language is required for entry to all National University of Ireland colleges, or the NUI. These colleges include University College Cork, University College Dublin, and NUI Galway and Maynooth, unless you want to study in one of the STEM areas in an NUI college. And STEM is science, technology, engineering, and maths. So, for example, if you would like to study engineering in UCC, you can apply to UCC without the third language. There are also independent non-NUI colleges for which a third language is not required at all. For example, University of Limerick, Trinity College Dublin, and all the institutes of technology. Others ask, do I need science? Most science, engineering, medical, and paramedical honours degree courses do require students to have at least one science subject in the Leaving Cert as a minimum entry requirement. And the other subjects that we listed in the options, there is information on all of these subjects contained in the booklet that will be on the school website. You may be interested in this. Moving from Junior Cert to Leaving Cert, science as a subject breaks down into 4 individual subjects which can all be studied: chemistry, physics, biology, and agricultural science. So you may choose in 5th year to study one or more of these subjects, having done science up to the Junior Cert. Similarly, for business, you study the subject business up to the Junior Cert, and in 5th year, you can opt to choose accounting, economics, and business. Engineering remains with the title engineering. Wood technology becomes construction studies. Graphics becomes design communications graphics, or DCG. And visual art becomes art and art history. For additional information, you could email your subject teacher, as you are not in school at the moment, and ask for their advice. The 3 guidance counsellors are also available. Each of us has responsibility for individual first-year classes. So my colleague, Ms. Farrell, has responsibility for classes 1-5, 1-6, 1-7, 1-8. I have responsibility for classes 1-1, 1-2, 1-3, and 1-4. And our colleague, Ms. Slattery, has responsibility for classes 1-9 and 1-10. Our email addresses are contained above, and you can contact us with any general inquiries you have around subject options. You may also choose to look at existing textbooks or exam questions to give you an idea of the content of a particular course in 2nd year and 3rd year. College prospectuses are helpful, as are websites, and I can recommend 2 careers websites in particular, qualifax.ie and careersportal.ie, and of course the school website, also contains a lot of very helpful information. In concluding, please make the subject choice that is right for you. Consider your strengths, think about the future. And our wish for you, always, but in particular in this difficult time, is for health and happiness for your ongoing journey with us. And I thank you for your kind attention.
Hello. I'm going to talk this evening now about the short courses that are available in Mercy Mount Talk and where they fit within your curriculum. Also, I want to explain to you how you're going to actually put your short course and other subject choices into the VSWare system for us. So, the first thing to understand about short courses is that we have them divided into two pools, Pool A and Pool B, for timetabling purposes. Students who opt to take short courses must take one subject from each of Pool A and Pool B. You may not take two from Pool B. So you need to choose between CSB and SPHE. You must do one of these as a short course, and you can pick one of these four over here. I don't need to say much, I think, about CSB and SPHE. Most students are well familiar with those subjects in first year, but I will say that you will do one more period a week of the subject that you choose than the rest of your base class will be doing. You'll do one more period a week. Now, Pool B, let's take a quick look at some of the subjects in Pool B. Well, coding. Coding is, I suppose, big news at the moment, and really coding is the language by which computers are instructed to do the things that they do. Processors need to be instructed, and coding is a study of the language of instruction for computer processors, which allows students to develop all kinds of fantastic skills. This is an example of Scratch programming, which is the drag and drop coding that first years will already have done some of, and you'll build on that sort of thing if you carry on. You'll design your own web page, you'll write short programs, you'll do some research. So it's a fairly broad subject, and definitely one that interests a certain cohort of students with a technical mind, a logical mind. Digital media literacy is also an IT-based course, and I suppose rather than dealing at the back end of making things work, digital media literacy, or DML, looks at the applications themselves. So students become proficient in these applications. They look at several applications and digital tools, and they will learn to use them, but also learn how to use them safely. And that's a very important component of this course. Online safety is a very key part of this. Artistic performance, we certainly have a history of encouraging artistic performance here in the school between our shows, plays, and centenary sessions and so on. And it's great, I think, that there's a subject in school where students can take this as part of their curriculum and focus on talents, nurture them, develop them, put on performances, plan performances. And that is a really fantastic thing to have as part of our curriculum. Philosophy has been part of our transition year curriculum for several years. And when the opportunity came up to have it as a short course as well, we decided to give it a go, and there has been an uptake in it in the last year. So philosophy allows students to obviously study the great philosophical questions, what is existence, what is beauty, what is knowledge, and so on, and to study some of the great philosophers, who are they, and so on. But really this course is very much rooted in the student's own experience. I think that's very important. And I suppose if you look at what students gain from all this, I think it's fantastic that students have an opportunity to gain the ability to logically form arguments and clearly communicate those afterwards. I think that's an invaluable skill for students to gain. So if you take on short courses, we have to actually make room in your timetable for that to happen. So something has to go. And what goes in our case is that geography comes out of your core subjects. It was the case that you had to make a choice between history or geography, but now because history is back in the core, unlike some students who've gone before you, the choice is straightforward. It's geography against the short courses. So if you want to do short courses, this comes out of your core. However, we have found that many students want to keep on geography, but do short courses. So what we have done over the years is we have put geography into the mix with part of the other optional subjects, in with home economics and woodwork and French and art. So that if you have had to give up geography here, you can actually get it down there as part of the option block subjects. Now, if you are not doing short courses, you do not pick geography there, you'll automatically get it. But it is there as a possibility for those who might want to keep it on. Like everything else within those subjects, it's subject to numbers. If there are sufficient numbers there, we'll certainly run a geography class for you. PE is worth mentioning at this stage. PE is done by everybody, so there are no choices to be made at this stage. All students, therefore, will cover the short course curriculum. So what next? Well, next we need you to make decisions. And having made those decisions and had discussions with teachers and parents and peers, we need you to put those into VSware. So VSware will now have a button live for you for subject choice selection. That is very straightforward, but I have prepared a short video for you and I will send it out via the app, and that will show you exactly how to do this process. So I'll send it out immediately after this meeting, along with some other documents on the subjects that we looked at earlier today. We need you to move fairly quickly on this because I need this process to be completed by Friday the 12th of February. So by the end of this term, on the day we get the midterm break, your subject choices need to be entered. So we need to get the conversations going, we need to get moving on talking to teachers and make these decisions. So good luck, I hope you make the right decision for you, and if there's any help that can be given to you from the guidance counsellors, teachers or myself, please don't hesitate to ask. Thank you.